Welcome everyone to an awesome showdown between Xypher as the Dark Elves versus Pantalonnade as the Bretonnians. This clash took place on Eschen with a battle of honour versus dark magic. As you can see here, with the Bretonnians, a nice layered build here. 4 units of the cheap peasant mobs in the front, 3 units of the men-at-arms to support them with those shields, and they're going to be protecting the pocket tier of 4 units of the peasant bowmen. 2 normal and 2 of those pox arrows to help with that poison, and they're going to be supported and protected in the rear by 4 units of cavalry. 2 of the anti-large and bonus versus large knights of the realm, and 2 of the armor-piercing elite questing knights. Here in the middle as well for some artillery support against those box builds, we will have the field trebuchet, and also here in the middle at the front, we are going to be having the Fey Enchantress. The Lord Choice today on top of a unicorn with a massive 95 speed. She will be having the favour of the Fey, Arcane Conduit, the Dwellers Below, Mist of the Lady, Life Bloom, and also here the Earth Blood. Flying high in the sky, we will have the hero protection of the double paladins, nice and naked, and they're going to be supported by the Pegasus Knights. So it looks like here between these 3, they're going to try and dominate the sky here up against the Dark Elves. So for the Dark Elves today, we're going to be having 3 units of the cavalry with the anti-large and armor-piercing, heavily armoured Cold One Knights. In the front line, we're going to be having 4 of the anti-large dread spears, 3 of the infantry bleak swords as well, and they're going to be supported flying high in the sky with the double manticore and Marathi, making Ice Power very happy here today. So we will have the wand, as well as Soul Stealer, the Heartrender and the Dark Sword, Enchanting Beauty, and the Greater Arcane Conduit. Over here on the right, for the last 2 units, we will have the double Scourge Runner Chariots for those anti-large and armor-piercing missile shots. So as we do play through here, we see the Dark Elves moving very quickly forward as we do have that artillery piece, and a brilliant rotation here coming in from the Bretonnians. We can see the weaker side here for the Dark Elves is going to be on the left, so they're going to try and overwhelm that flank once the strong entities come on the right here from the Dark Elves. Now what it does mean for the Dark Elves is you will have to force a rotation here, and if it doesn't have it from the Bretonnians there in a clockwise rotation, they're actually going to be able to punch onto a weak side for them as well. The front line here is going to be pretty small compared to the Dark Elves, but immediately here we are going to see a wand coming through. Now a bit surprising there to see up against the Fey. As you can see, no damage up against her, 95 speed, very easy to dodge. Would have loved to see it here, especially up against the questing knights. Killing a couple of models there would have been very handy indeed. But flying in the back, nice and protected, are going to be the Pegasus Knights. These very good Scourge Runner Chariots for their shots. One shot can easily take out a unit of cavalry, no problem. So the fact of having them in the back means they're going to be protected, and you're going to keep all 18 models as long as possible. They're going to be very crucial here to getting the win up against the Dark Elves. They need to keep the double Manticores busy, and Marathi. But here for the Dark Elves, we do actually have the double Manticores. Now, they can have 2 offerings. They can go here and try and snipe characters, lords, and heroes, or they can go and try and aid the front line with that terror, remove it, and allow all of this mass front line here for the Dark Elves to pop onto this good, cheap range. Now, some of the most cost-efficient in the game is going to be the Peasant Bowman. Those box arrows, very good with reducing all those stats there with that good poison ability. As we can see, a little bit slow here. We can see the Scorched Iron Chariots. We can see a nice AoE damage spell here from the Dwellers Below, but looks like they are going to be moving. They are going to get chased here by the Questing Knights. Ooh, a Soul Stealer might be coming through here from Marathi. This could be a very good Soul Stealer. Brilliant Soul Stealer here is actually going to be catching the Paladin as well. So both Questing Knights, both elite units of cavalry are going to get caught in this circle. Counter charge here from the Cold One Knights. One Knight did get charged and unfortunately broke almost immediately there. Really good work by the Bretonnian player, but it looks like he is going to get counter charged here with the Cold One Knights. They are going to be cheaper than Questing Knights by 100, so the trade efficiency there is probably going to be slightly better there from the Dark Elves. Unfortunately, on fire at will, we can see the Scorched Iron Chariots are going to be shooting into peasant mobs. That's not going to be super efficient for them. As we can see, chasing high in the sky. Oh, one Paladin has been absolutely destroyed here on the floor. We are going to get a Manticore with the anti-large Cold One Knights fighting up against him. He has been terrified and might even get escorted off the map. But flying away here is going to be Marathi. Looks like one of the Manticores has been pushed, has been rampaged up against the Pegasus Knights and also the Paladin. It's not a great scenario here, unfortunately. It looks like we are going to be losing a Manticore here for a Paladin. So a trade for a trade immediately, showing both these players know exactly what they're doing. Moving over with the Fate Enchantress, hopefully try and see if we can get some aid from her as well. She does have that Mortis ability and that -5 melee attack. all those debuffs as well from Marathi is going to aid in the fight up against the Paladin. Favor the Fae going to go down. That's going to be super crucial. But unfortunately here, 105 speed up against 105 from Marathi. It might take a while to catch. That Manticore wasn't chased off, so it is going to come back. As we can see, Pegasus Knights going down here from those Scorched Iron Chariots. That is what we're superly scared about here from these elite chariots. We can certainly take down models here. Only 13 left on the Pegasus Knights. If they go down, it's a huge loss condition there if we're not careful. Over here on the right hand side, we're still going to be chasing the Paladin here with a full health Manticore. That is something we do have to be careful of, with that Manticore being so important here for the Dark Elves. Chasing off just a single Paladin that's pretty much broken anyway is rather costly at this stage of the game. We're 3 minutes in, we can see the front line here has punched through. We are starting to have to use cavalry here to protect up against all the battle line range. They are going to be dropping back as we do get the Bleak Swords into the front line. So it's really nice work. It looks like we're going to break some Knights of the Realm, but also the Bleak Swords are going to break as well. But we have some more moving in. So we have Murderous Prowess going down as well, which is going to be perfect for all those stats increases. 90 seconds is a very long duration of time. So that's going to aid on the armor piercing and all the other stats that are going to be necessary here to remove this elite cavalry. Now, Shattered here is going to be one of the Questing Knights. I haven't seen the other either, so I imagine both are down. Knights of the Realm are going to be broken as well. And it looks like the Manticore here has pushed off one of the two Paladins. The second Paladin with the Pegasus Knights are going to be chasing up against Marathi. She seriously does need to keep moving. Looks like a bit of a misclick here in the middle, though. We are going to be seeing a Soul Stealer going down. No way. It catches a second Peasant Bowman as well. That is super lucky there from Xypher, but he is going to get away with it. That was a bit of a miscast there, I think. But he's going to catch here the Peasant Mob and the double Peasant Bowman. Both of them being Pox Arrows as well. That's really nice. I'd like to see some cycle charging here with the Scorched Iron Chariots. Get them in there, shut them down, and really do some good work there if you can. As we can see, we're going to be pushing off some of the Peasant Bowmen, and it looks like here the Knights of the Realm are going to be nice and close to the edge of the map. We can get those Dreadspears in. Also with the anti-large and arm-piercing Coldborn Knights, can do some really nice work here up against the heavily armoured Knights of the Realm. Now, a nice push in there from Marathi. That is going to force the Paladin to come down if it wants to fight. Now, it looks like it is going to. Rampaging here is going to be the Coldborn Knights as well. So, kind of want to get these Scourge Runners in, shooting as well. But I'm not too sure if they're going to be able to aid, because they are going to get pushed by the Fate Enchantress. You really don't want to lose models at this stage of the game. We're going to be 5 minutes in so far. Balance of power is going to be just in the Dark Elf favour, but we do have some super healthy units of infantry. Moving in is going to be the Fae with the Pegasus Knights. But as we can see here, it looks like we are going to be losing some Knights of the Realm, which just actually have favour of the Fae. That's a big loss there from the Bretonnians. And it looks like here it is going to be the Paladin fighting up against Marathi and also some Cold One Knights. Now, she gets reduction to melee defense and melee attack, and as you can see, really going to be suffering here on the floor is that Paladin. It really does need some support. We've also lost the Pegasus Knight, so it's just going to be the Fey Enchantress. Arcane Conduit going down. Some arrows as well here to shoot into Marathi, but she there is at 2,000 HP. Still very healthy indeed. Healing Cap coming out of the Paladin. The Paladin is more likely going to break here. Some big shots coming out of the Scourge Runner Chariot. It's very nice indeed. I'd love to see Marathi come back in for the swoop and clear out this Paladin. You clear out the Paladin, you can push it off. It's so close to that white line. It'd be nice to see it gone. As you can see, she is going to be diving onto the range. I think this is a bit of a mistake here. I'd like to see it pushing through and pushing off that Paladin. Coming back on the periphery, looks like we have some Dreadspears and some Bleak Swords. Could really do with getting those back involved as well. Get some of these Knights in and really try and see if we can pin in the Fate Enchantress. Now, for not pushing off this Paladin, it does look like it is going to be coming back to bite Marathi. And it does. A big punch there on the way down. That's some big damage indeed. Now, she can run, oh my god, 2 hits now up against Marathi, down to 1,200 HP, just showing how bad it can be sometimes if you don't push off these entities that have broken. Now, she is going to run away, 888 health. She needs to circle around here, try and see if she can get off another Soul Stealer. One is going down indeed here on the Peasant Bowman. Looks like it's actually going to hit all the entities, including the Fate Enchantress. That's really nice. I think the only other way here, it looks like it is going to be Dark Elf favoured more and more so here with that Soul Stealer. But a big push here from Marathi could actually clear out the Fae and shatter everything else. So big push in. Nice hit there from the Halberd here for the anti-large and armor piercing Marathi. She's going to move in. No counter here from the Paladin. No damage indeed. Bit of damage going down there, but there is going to be some big damage up against Fae. And it now is going to be balance of power and a ginormous win here for the Dark Elves. Really well played to both players here. Really good players indeed. And let's go here with the Bretonnian. So 158 kills, 1,440 for the Fae. Really nice indeed. She doesn't have the support there from the Cavalry Paladins, as they are going to be in the sky, but still some very good value indeed. We've got 2,605 here from the Paladin, and 202 as well. Now that is the trade-off there with the Paladins. One got terrified really early on, and not having immune to psychology is a little bit of a dice roll here for the Paladin. You can get either huge value or no value at all, but still very good nonetheless. We can see 18, 61, 6, and 29 here for the Peasant Bowman, with also 228, 165, and 384 for the Men-at-Arms Shields. Unfortunately, probably not quite enough wide enough front line to protect the Peasant Bowman, but still a very good job here done by the Bretonnian player. 177, 335, 201, and 358 from the Peasant Bowman. We know we've seen them get 6, 7, 800 damage value in these games when they've used all of their range. So here, I think just a little bit more protection for them was key. But of course, they did have to fight up against the Morathi and the double Feral Manticores. We can see here 1.15 here, 1,155 for the Knights of the Realm, as well as 604 here with 575 for the Pegasus Knights in the Sky, 643 and 605 here for the Questing Knights. Very well targeted there by some of those Stole Stealers. 209 for the Field Trebuchet, which unfortunately only has a use against a box build, but if you don't bring it, then you don't have the counter for it as well. So unfortunately, you do have to bring it here in this matchup. But really well played to Xypher. A great win here. 93 kills, 1,747 damage value. And for the front line, 134, 460, 730, and 213 here for the Bleak Swords. And for the Dread Spears, 400, 280, 740, and 700. Really good work from that front line, punching through against this Men-at-Arms and really getting on and pressuring those Peasant Bowmen. As we can see, 39 kills, 1,477 for the Cold One Knights, 950 and 384. Now, only costing 1,000 each with the anti-large and armor piercing makes them a very good choice here up against Questing Knights and Knights of the Realm. We also got 1,130 and 1,264 here for 83 kills for the Scourge Runner Chariots, and here 400 and also 240 here for the Feral Manticores. Now, what a brilliant game here between both these players. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash that like button. I'd really appreciate it. Also, drop a comment down below about what you thought as well. If you are new here, please think about subscribing. It would really aid on towards those 1,000 subscribers I have as a target. And if you are also new, drop down into that description. You can find my Discord where you can join for all leagues, tournaments, single player stuff, multiplayer stuff, and you can leave your replay there so you can see it on the channel just like this. Other than that, I've been your boy Logic. Take care of yourself during these times, and I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care.